when COVID happened, it impacted a lot of businesses, and in particular, the airline industry. And we saw a huge decline in that in our business. It essentially disappeared overnight. All in all, went down 40% over a period of time. And so we relied on our partners. We reached out to partners like Google to help us understand what was happening out in the world. How were people feeling? How were their approaches to travel? And our partners at Google did an amazing job of giving us regular trend updates about how search behavior related to travel was happening. And we asked them to help us do more. And so one of the things we had been talking about pre-COVID is how we could use machine learning to become smarter about the way we target. And they brought us this opportunity, an idea to build a predictive lifetime value model, and they introduced us to Adswerve. So that's a little backstory of how we got to this place. Yes, there are a lot of people that are needed to pull something like this off. And in a company like Alaska Airlines, and probably a lot of brands, people who traditionally sit in these data roles are not intimately familiar with marketing technology and don't exactly know what you're trying to achieve. And so it creates really challenging conversations. Around the same time, after we had just finished this predictive lifetime value model with Adswerve, we started an initiative internally across IT, e-commerce, and some other groups to build a different type of model. And it was a night and day process of having the data expertise that Adswerve and Google brought to the table versus us trying to do it on our own. So we're learning from our mistakes there in how we can do a better job. One of the most interesting facts that came up was that first class flyers had a lower predicted lifetime value model. And there are a lot of hypotheses for why that is. Mainly, people are not flying very often. And if you were flying, you might be more conscientious about the space around you. And so first class seats make sense. You're buying more room. But there were nuggets like that were really interesting. And as the model gets smarter, we're seeing things that can help influence decisions that we make, particularly as it's related to mileage plan membership and what role that plays and what stage we should be promoting mileage plan. So it's really fun to see the model refresh and understand these dynamics that we hadn't necessarily considered before. And it paid off. We saw some great results. This was from the first 6 months of the test. We saw a 30% increase in ROAS for O&D campaigns. O&D means origin and destination. So that's a body of work that our amazing search leader does of the non-branded search. And so we saw great improvement there. And we, over time, saw that we generated $1 more in revenue per click. So overall, very strong numbers. It created a lot of confidence within the company for our ability to pull off this machine learning model and to run a really profitable SEM program. And so we will now we're working on applying this model to other channels to take it out of search and put it into email, other paid advertising that we will run. And based on this, we also instituted some ongoing offers, particularly around mileage plan and ensuring that we're pushing people to join the program and book their second flight as quickly as possible, because traveling twice was a great indicator of their potential likelihood for profitability. So it's been a really fantastic model for us to have, and I think it's a great asset for our brand now.